You might be wondering why I'm mining raw desert with a stone hammer. Well, it's because I forgot to record the first 10 minutes of me playing Terra Firma Greg, a highly realistic Minecraft mod pack based on my most favorite mod Terra Firma Craft, which I used to play back when I was a little kid on a cracked Russian Minecraft 1.7.10 server. Now to actually answer why am I in this hole digging stone, is to find some random easy copper I can use for my future industrial revolution. Sadly, no holes in this mod pack contain any copper, and you have to make proper mines to get shit in this hole. To start gaming, I need to do some things first. I need to get enough copper to make a saw, I guess maybe a pickaxe, find clay so I can get to clay shaping my first vessels and molds, find a good spot where I can settle, and cheat teleport to because I'm just that lazy. With my extensive experience in Terra Firma Craft, the early game will be easy, but later on when I will have to enter the age of automation, and I have to spoil this, my life will be miserable, but we'll see that.
Yeah, so he is actually specifically playing Terra Firma Craft Greg Tech.
Because it's good.
I'm
Better
playing
than English story.
something that's enjoyable.
What do you mean?
Known as not Terra Firma Craft Greg Tech.
What do you mean?
I'm an automation person. Gugok is a manual craft everything person.
I'm sorry I put soul in what I do.
What a great argument.
I'm a craftsman. You're a slow consumer, stupid American. Ignore me beefing with my friend and let me rant about TFG. Stupid American. As I said in my high effort intro, I've played these games before, and I know what I'm doing. Up to a point. I know how to tough out Terra Firma Craft and create, I guess, but sometime in the future I have to grow out of my TFC dollhouse and walk into the cruel world of GregTech. But before that, we can play with our TFC toys and shake the keychains of "Oh my god, such a realistic and complicated mod" in front of you, the viewer. When I came back from mining clay, I immediately put it to use, setting up a fire pit to fire a few molds, a vessel, a pot for cooking delicious stew, foraged pineapples and hot and venison. I will use the vessel I just left to burn in the pit to smelt copper later for my first tools, which, in TFC, are the literal boundary between you being able to create weapons of mass destruction and chugging raw meat because you're bored. TFG adds straw shaping, a mechanic where you can craft with straw. Self-explanatory, but the effect on this is that you have access to very cheap early game mobile storage. Baskets. There are more recipes and items, but I literally never bothered to make any of them. I remember you could make a straw hat, but temperature and isolating your body from the environment is such a non-issue. I didn't have any kind of clothing before winter came later in the Let's Play. Well, this is interesting. Found some sort of structure, which has loot chests.
Excuse me, what the actual fuck are you doing in my house?
Finding this castle was a convenient way to drop all the loot in one place and settle for a bit, to get work done on the questbook and the tech tree in general. Considering there was also a nearby water source and a copper vein literally under the castle, it was perfect. In all ways, besides it being positioned in a quite weird spot with a lot of holes and uneven terrain, but I can make it work. So I took my time. I got to leather working all the hides from deer I've been massacring, making charcoal, mining and processing copper in order to make my first ever anvil. Anvils in TFC are somewhat of a cornerstone of progress. Each new anvil allows you to smith tools and components from all the previous tiers and the current tier of metal you have access to. Soon, all the tools we make will be smithed rather than cast, as perfect smithing provides. Actually, I don't know whether it provides anything, but you get a note saying your tool, you smithed it perfectly, or it was well forged or something like that. I didn't get any worse kind of traits because I'm pretty good at smithing, but this is the thing, and I don't know whether it changes everything because it's quite unnoticeable. I guess you feel good about yourself. If you think I'm skipping some of the things I did to progress, you're right. But for the sake of making this video take less than 3 months to edit and be actually entertaining, I will skip some of the less interesting parts of this mod pack, which are waiting, manual labor, waiting, chopping trees, walking, lots of walking, and other bullshit that all Greg-based mod packs have in common, which I absolutely despise, but I guess that's the price for wanting to play a fresh TFC experience in 2026.
Others saying they're so glad he's posting content to Twitter nowadays and clearly having an issue with the guy. One mod that's
Thank you, Shepka. I'm sorry, I'm slow to respond because I'm so locked in playing Minecraft.
What the fuck is this? Vortex
Dude, this
speeder.
shit will take a month to be prepared. This compost thing is miserable. What does it even produce?
I'm gonna need to go back to the Terraria place.
I have 22 leather. And here's the big achievement that I totally celebrated. I can argue getting a copper anvil is easier than tanning leather, but let's just say hooray and move forward. We need to get bronze very fast because this place I chose as my base has bored me into oblivion, and I want to get through Bronze Age ASAP to move with all my new cool things I'll get. There are 3 kinds of bronze: regular, bismuth bronze, and black bronze. We'll be making bismuth bronze, justification being an almost complete lack of tin in this world for some reason. Also 2 veins of sphalerite as bismuthinite next to my base. Let me just mine this. And we're done. While trying to find the bismuth vein, I accidentally fell into a huge cave. And from this disaster, I gained something far more valuable than bismuth will ever be. Fucking hell. Graphite. And the importance of this finding will become more clear to you when we get to the worst part of modern terra firma craft. But as you know, bronze is an alloy, and that means we have to work with proportions of each metal's dust. It makes the process more difficult than if we all had to do is put the dust in the furnace and wait for it to melt. Back in my day, this issue was solved by using a crucible, a big stupid bucket that can be filled with 4,000 millibuckets of liquid metal. Using a crucible, you can heat up and smelt metal there with no care for running out of space and being able to make alloys easier. To make a crucible, you need fire clay. To make fire clay, you need graphite powder and kaolin powder. Graphite is easier of two. Back in 1.7.10 TFC, kaolin was a mineral. It was called kaolinite, and you could find it almost everywhere and was not a problem. But in the modern TFC, it is a problem. Let me go on a rant. I spent hours running around the world, and when I went to spectator mode after I was wanting to quit this playthrough, I still couldn't find kaolin. You see, kaolin powder is made by heating kaolin clay, or kaolin clay blocks in a furnace, right? Where do you get kaolin clay? Well, you have to find it in the world. It sounds fair, except it's not! Kaolin clay only spawns in specific conditions of 300 millimeters of rain and no less than 18 degrees Celsius. And do you know what this means? You must run 50,000 blocks south, or north, or east, or west, because map generation is just purely noise. I don't know. Ugh. Anyway, here's kaolin, and my real life rant. Now, I want to do some live commentary, which I don't do often. Probably, I won't edit this bit out, like this entire bit, I won't edit this. On my adventures for kaolin clay, I found a lot of boring stuff, and a lot of interesting stuff too. For example, here is a random ass village of hostile natives I decimated. Turning back to base after 2 real life days, I got to work. With a copper anvil we can weld bronze into double ingots to make bronze anvil, and a bronze anvil we could turn double ingots of bronze into plates and bronze plates into double bronze plates. For what? For Bloomery, the first multi-block structure you meet in TFG. It allows you to smelt iron ore into bloom, which you can work into actually usable iron. Remember that one subtitle? So yeah, if you've never played these games before, you could think, oh yes, we can now smelt iron with that nice bellow of ours. We should totally do that and progress into Iron Age. But you would be wrong, the difference being in the kind of iron you would get. Cast, and we want prot. But I feel like that's something we have to worry about in the next episode. And this is where I want to leave things. I fear this series will go on for way too long than I anticipated. The mod pack is huge. Greg is huger, and we have only scratched the beginning. In the next episode we will achieve Iron Age and start the automation journey. But for now, this is as far I'm willing to torture myself, and I will excuse myself from editing this incoherent mess. As always, I'm very happy that you watched so far and excited to see you next time. Support me on Boosty, like and subscribe.